I started my search with the 2080 rule in my mind. I wanted a phone which is as good as a flagship but cost a fraction of it. So I had two options: buy 2 years old used flagship or buy a new mid range. After weeks of research and doing cost benefit analysis, I settled for Redmi Note 9s, which goes against his advice, but my budget was $250 unlike Aaron's $400. Reliability was the one thing on which I was not going to compromise. Camera, aesthetic, RAM, they could all be okay, but not the durability. I want my phone to last 5 years at the very least. In that way, it will cost me $50 per year. Thankfully, Redmi Note 9s is splash resistant, have Gorilla Glass 5 on front and back, and passes the band test. Longevity is the reason I stayed away from AMOLED because, like everything organic, it also has short lifespan. With use, ghosting starts to appear and sometimes out of nowhere a black spot. Plus, AMOLED panels are very expensive to replace. Flagships are able to provide an awesome experience due to the choice of raw materials, and budget phones are a total opposite of this. But mid-rangers have oddly the same parts as the flagships, like the buttons, chases, fingerprint sensors, etc. Most expensive parts in a smartphone are display, chipset, and camera. But the rest are not that expensive, so why cut corners and destroy the user experience? Plus, they put ads in these mid-range devices to cover some of the cost. Thankfully, you can disable them, after which you will encounter them only in few Xiaomi's apps. Redmi Note 9s feels premium due to awesome weight management, curved glass back, rectangular camera module, color is bold and professional looking, bezel-less large display. It's simply one of the best IPS screens I've ever tested, according to Lauren Villen. Redmi Note series made Xiaomi to be known around the world. So Xiaomi go to great lengths to ensure that customers of this series get a sublime experience. It's their S20, need to get everything right. There are 4 models based on the same design: Note 9, Note 9s, Note 9 Pro, Poco M2 Pro. I'm expecting total sales of more than 10 million. Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G, as its name implies, is made for long gaming sessions. The device will not heat up, nor battery will die on you. Also, it has 5th gen Hexagon 692 DSP, which means better on-device AI. On a single charge, my phone can last for 3 days. When you pair a very efficient 8nm processor with 50,020 mAh battery, that's what you get. It comes with Android 10 out of the box and would be upgradable up to Android 12. If I had bought a used flagship, then I will not be able to update to the latest Android. Redmi Note 9s features a quad camera, and I find the macro camera to be awesome as it enables us to see from a different perspective. I was even able to see the pixels of my computer screen. I always wanted to have a microscope, and having one in my pocket is just amazing. 9s and 9 Pro have different sensors for wide and ultra wide camera. 9s sensor is a little bit inferior. Only upper mid-range devices use these sensors. You can see 9 Pro captures more detail and its images are much sharper. Look how blurry these small islands are in 9s. Photos and videos are like 80% as good as flagships, which cost 4 times more. Xiaomi's camera app allows you to adjust everything manually too, and you can also record log videos. In low light conditions, Gcam's images were much sharper and captured more detail. There is 6 GB available, but I will not let you make use of it unless you go into settings and disable battery optimizations for your most used apps. No wonder people prefer stock Android. Fingerprint sensor is on the power button like in the expensive Samsung Fold 2. There is Air Blaster too, but NFC is on the Pro model only. So in my benchmark, Redmi Note 9S scored 16 points. GSM Arena summarizes it up quite nicely. I think this review was awesome. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments.